Hello and welcome back, hope you're well. So, this week we are, and in general, sun's still out, a bit breezy, getting dry, but we are getting ready for the herd TB test by having pre-movement test of 32 or 3, something like that. Big things, sort of 14 to, perhaps not 14, perhaps 16 to 24 month old. We've gone a little bit younger because prices are good, so we thought, well, get rid of them a bit quicker. Not necessarily want to get rid of them a bit quicker, but it's just, it'll help them out if we get rid of them a bit quicker. We do. Well, no, if we're going to do that, we've got to go to Elkstons and load up. I think there's 6 or 7 up there, a couple of dairy heifers we won't bring back because of calving, so we'll do that whilst we're up there, get them all in, and then we'll go up Flash and we'll get ready for cows and TV testing up Flash. But anyway, so we'll go to Elkstons, get them penned, see you there. Right, so we've penned up what we want. They're the beefins that we're going to take up for testing. There's a couple of Angus and a couple of Charolais amongst them. There's the Charolais there. There's 1 or 2 of them that had the balls on this winter that have done right well, really. And then there's a couple of big heifers that calve in sort of mid-September, so we'll load them up and take them back home and do. But anyway, right, we'll get them loaded and get moving. So, whilst we're waiting for the vet turn up and stuff, we are on rush management. We're just trying to, every year we have a bit of a butt track, but obviously because it's so dry this year, we try and get in and just, this is about 30 acres altogether, and the idea is if we can get it right down, get it off, and then even weed wiped in the spring to try and just, you'll never kill them because it's wet, because it's a wet field, but if you can weaken them, you can work with them better, and hopefully to just, like, to get rid of the thickness of them a bit more than anything. Because like, turn you around, because like here, you see, there's not as much, but when you're out there, it's like hellishly thick. So through in that top corner, they're not as bad. Like here, I've done a lane through, and I keep nibbling. I've had about 5 hours at it today doing, and then we'll have another good day. I think hopefully that'll see it dropped. I think then it might be a case of next spring. Now we've done that. Next spring, coming, instead of putting the routine 25 cows up here, potentially put 30, 35 up here for so long, just to let them hammer this field down. Like if it's, you know, if you can get it down to grass, get them sort of at weak rushes where they'll nibble at the tops of it. If it's sort of not overstock it, but like say intensively stock it for a period, say like for not all summer, just a couple of weeks or a couple of days. You know, if you come up, I say have 25 up here, but instead of get them up here 1st of May like we normally do, and then go and put them on, like say put 25 on here for, I don't know, 1st of May, say put them on here, put say 30, 35 on here for say a fortnight, let them really like take the tops off the rushes and sort of, you know, mob it, like mob graze it, really intensively graze it just for a short period. Will that weaken them and pull them out a bit better? What we have got, one thing we've got to watch is it is a triple SI block ground, which off the top of my head I don't really know what it means. Site of something scientific interest, something like that. Special scientific interest. Is that it? Anyway, triple SI. We'll call it that because we don't understand what it means. And I have to work with that a bit, but Andy's in a stewardship as well, so that's another thing sort of working against you on the, like, they don't want slurry on it, and it is a bit like there's a piece here you'd perhaps get on with muck, but getting on it with muck, what you'd benefit off doing that, I see how you're better off just putting more cows on it, let them put the muck on it kind of thing and work. Because once you weaken the rushes, they will keep it down. There's a patch at the far end that I've topped a couple of times, and it's not half as bad as it was. That is pretty good, like pretty good for up here, really, how that is. So, but anyway, right, we'll go and wait for this vet turn up and get ready to do some TV testing. So, these are the cows all for testing. I've got to get them in the pen at that far end. A lot of Charolais amongst them. Quite a few Anguses amongst them, and a Bazadais or two. Not many Bazadais, more Anguses. But they all, like I say, we brought 7 to them the other day from up Elkstons. The rest have been up here all the time. They all, like I said, they've done alright, nice weather, they've done alright to be here. Some of them, like I said, other week's video, some of them are perhaps sort of more Christmas selling cows, or even spring, but I think with, like we say, with TB and with the herd test and the risk of getting shut up, and I think, let's say, prices are good, and it's more actually, the decision this time is not less TB based and more it's fodder based, because like we've got enough feed for them, but if you can just save a bit by not having them, lessening them, you're better off doing that, aren't you? I mean, like, a bit on a business side of things, straw, we've got a load of straw coming. What price will that be? Because there isn't a lot of straw about. Straw could be 110, 120 pound a tonne, couldn't it? Whereas like these here, there's 32 been tested. Well, 32 they don't need a bale. They don't need 2 bales a week for 26 weeks, and 2 bales of straws a tonne, isn't it? Or is the 3 bales in a tonne? Let's say if there's 2 bales a tonne, that's 26 tonne, isn't it? 26 tonne at 100 and whatever pound a tonne. You're soon 2.5 grand, aren't you? You soon lost 1 in straw. So I say they are better gone. Let somebody else. I do like fattening them. I do like keeping them all the way. But I think, like I say, this time, what with everything that's against us, sort of thing, what with, like I say, with feed and costs, what our costs going to be, I do think it's better off to move them on, let somebody else have them. And like we say, there's like he's a big one, he's a good one. There's a Charolais there walking off, an Angus at the side. Sort of they're nicest things that in the right system will be fatting in no time, really, because they've got the frame to them. Some of these little ones, they'll be a bit slower, you know, like him. But like I said, it's better off. But anyway, what we'll do now is I'll go and corn them, get them in the pen ready for testing. Got to get that one out because that's not ours. But we'll get them penned up and sorted, and then we'll wait for a vet to turn up. So that's that TV test passed. Yeah, so that's the 31, isn't it? Well, no, we tested 32 ones, yeah, because she's come back to the bull. So 31 to sell. Like I said, they'll go over this next, well, with herd testing, 2nd of September, so they'll all be gone by then. Probably have some in Bakewell Monday, then go leak with some. Shift them like that, get them done, get them gone. Like I said, some of them won't make what they could make if we kept them a bit, but it's just, like I say, feed shortages everywhere. Costs, what will the cost be? Like I said, by the time you've done the work, are they better off gone? You know, it's how it is, isn't it? But there's some good ones up there. There's some solid ones, and there's some that want, like the nice things, but they just want taking on a bit and growing a bit yet. But they'll make what they make, and we'll be happy. But you know, but anyway, that's that. Well, I've just shifted the fence at cows. whilst we're here, we'll look at that. That's we're not sparse, so that's where we're ploughing up there. You'll see that in a week or two. But it's not, like I could just do some rain, because like this piece here isn't sort of rushing back, and up that top's not flying back. They'll go tonight. They're up to the gate, that new gate. Then they'll have a couple of 3 days through there. Then I might even put them on one of the third cut fields, so to walk them across the back of a big and give them, like, say, an acre across the back of that, and then let them onto the banking field that's about, well, it's a big 2 acres, so it's nearly 3 acres, but just give them a couple of days, like perhaps give them 2 days on it, so they'll gain perhaps 3 days there, which will allow them to eat this piece at night whilst they're on that, and just stretch it out a bit. We're not, like I say, I'm not, once it rains, it'll come. So I'm not worried that we're short of grass for cows at all, like what they're eating. Because like I say, once it rains, it'll come. I've got a couple of bags of fertiliser I can chuck on. They can have it, it'll grow, and you know what I mean, it'll shoot out. We've just ploughing that's dropped to 6 acres. But like you've got to do that to benefit at some point. You know what I mean? You've got to take the rough with the smooth a bit. Like I say, we've lost it now, but next year it'll be better, won't it? So that's that. But, and the other thing that's just not a concern, I probably will get them up there a day this week, is I've got, it's like a 3 acre up road that I keep taking them up once a week to. And I'm going to put sup paps on that for TB testing, so they'll be there a week. Although TB testing Tuesday, so I'll probably run them there the Monday. And then I'll test Tuesday, read Friday, and we'll probably run them straight back to where they won't be after it, so they'll have like sort of like Tuesday, Wednesday, or they'll be in the shed Tuesday, so they'll but they'll definitely be there Wednesday. Like they'll have sort of 3 days there, and that'll just eat that off, which will take. I mean, that'll just lose that field for a day or two, but you know, it's no major. Like I say, hopefully, you know, I mean, there'll come another. What are we now? Well, by the time you see this, it'll be like the 21st, will it, of August, something like that. You know, we'll be on the cusp of mowing then, like third cut, like another fortnight, just into September. We'll be sort of that first weekend of September. We could be doing third cut, which will then free up a lot more ground across there. And it's not a case of freeing it up because I shouldn't be. I mean, should I be grazing it? It's just a bit far to walk milkers at times. So the less grass we have there, the better it is. It's better put it in the pit and bring them in at like a couple of weeks, like a fortnight early, to save them walking the milk off, getting to the grass kind of thing. But we'll, I say that's that. We'll do that in a day or two, and that'll free us up some ground. And I say Elkstons, I've let cows up there have a meadow because, well, deer have been on it a bit, and it's just growing. So, like I say, let them have that. Once they're TB tested, all the beefins will go up flash, which will then give Elkstons perhaps a month to grow. And I might be able to keep some lighter weight beef things up there till, you know, December, which an open back end. I say it's all planning with it. With the silage I've got, I'm not concerned that we're going to run out now. I think with the straw we've brought in, with the straw that's run over from last year, I don't think we're going to be short for that either. I think everything's going to be fine that way. But you know, it's just planning, isn't it, and making sure. And I suppose it's better to worry and be cautious than it is to not think about it and then run yourself short, isn't it? But anyway, on to the next job. That's everything done, tested, Russia's cut. We've had, like I say, I'll get them booked in now. They're all passed and everything, that's one good thing. I say, but get them all booked in and done. Don't know. Right, so, we market, you know, a Monday and a Saturday, so whenever that is works out, you'll see some of it. But anyway, right, don't forget to drop me a like and subscribe, and I shall catch you all next Saturday at 6. Ciao.